My dad sending money to a woman in Mexico that he had an affair with. He has sent her over $1.5 million.
My dad is obsessed with Josefina.
An extreme obsession.
He met her at a hotel that he was staying at.
She was the maid there. It just blows my mind.
I have never met her. I have never spoken with her.
My dad said that because he only had sex with her twice, it is not an affair.
We believe Josefina is conning our dad, absolutely.
Josefina has told my father many times that she's dying.
I believe Josefina is truly sick. She may not live. It's a matter of life and death.
So she started by asking my dad for money for a lung transplant. Then the lung apparently didn't take. Then she stored that lung to then resell it to someone else. That's totally black market. So clearly she's a criminal.
The lung story is preposterous. We have told my father how it's not even medically possible.
Then she traded that lung to get ownership of a ranch.
She's told my dad that she's eventually gonna sell and then pay him back.
She promised a huge payout.
There's no doubt in my mind that she's telling me the truth.
This whole situation is just shocking and bizarre. My dad believes that he is saving Josefina's life.
My dad hasn't seen her for at least 13 years.
My dad hasn't even spoken to a doctor or seen her medical bills.
She hooked him somehow.
I think she is holding something over him.
I look at her as the scum of the earth.
This awful woman that just is mocking my father.
I want Josefina out of his life.
She's ruined his life. She's ruined our lives.
This woman has torn our family apart.
But now Maurice's daughters insist their father has gone from being conned to being a con man himself. They say he's lying, stealing, and taking money from innocent people to give to this former lover.
My father has preyed on a lot of innocent people.
His whole life is consumed by getting this woman money.
My dad would tell them that he needed the money to help this dying woman in Mexico.
He just finds those perfect victims.
My father is a manipulator.
He's a thief. My dad is financially ruined so many people's lives.
Destroyed some marriages, torn families apart.
I talked to a man my dad owed $20,000 to. He had taken out a personal loan. And his wife has Alzheimer's. He said that he doesn't have money to pay for her medical care.
There was one family from church that gave my dad their entire life savings.
Someone from my sister's church confronted her and said, if I met your dad in a back alley, I can't promise what would happen to him. And at least 10 people had confessed to him that they had given him money as well.
He's violated such an intimate trust there.
I feel terrible when I hear the stories. I wish I had the money to pay these people back.
I don't want him to hurt one more person.
Well, this is just a hell of a mess, right? Yeah, well, it gets worse. Because this dad has 7 children, and they claim that he has also victimized them.
My dad doesn't just prey on innocent people, he has preyed upon his own family.
He took money from me and each of my sisters.
One of my sisters gave my dad $40,000. He called her and said that literally if that money was not wired to him immediately, that he would be killed.
He has gone to a few of my sisters telling them I'll be arrested or some men in Mexico are gonna come after me.
I had a business with my sister and my dad. My dad was able to steal $200,000.
Because my name was on the business and my sister's name was on the business, we went down with him.
He's destroyed their credit. They lost their homes, they lost their cars.
I went into a deep dark depression. It's a place you kind of never want to go.
At the time, it was heartbreaking. It was the greatest betrayal.
Now my mom is packing up her home because my parents' house is in foreclosure. I just need a minute. My dad has broken our family.
My dad has no shame.
He literally does not care about any of us.
Okay, you were in business together.
Yeah, I probably suffered the most financially, yeah.
Just bottom line, how much do you think he stole from you, just straight up?
That I know of is about $200,000. You know, we lost a house, lost a car.
Take me through the moment that you realized my father has stolen my money and given it to some woman in Mexico to the point that I am losing my home. That's the moment I want
Yeah,
to go
I mean,
through. What
like
happened?
rage and anger, and how could you possibly do this and think it was okay?